Hello everyone and welcome back to the chassis variant series of myself, Critical Rocket, as we are still here with the Locusts, going back through the mechs that can be built in the game, but not necessarily using any of the official builds. This one is built on the 3S, and the reason this one's built on the 3S is because the Locust-1V2, as this variant is a Periphery specific build. This one wasn't used in the Innisphere by pretty much any of the nations, as it's a fairly low-tech build, despite the fact that it was built in the 3060s. So, the 1v2 is popular with the likes of the Marian Hegemony, Magistracy of Canopus, that kind of area of the Periphery, and the reason this one is specific to them is because it uses rocket launchers instead of the ballistics mounts in the arms. So, it has a total of 4 rocket 10s. So basically you've got the ability to do an incredible one-shot punch, and then you're left with just the single medium laser. Essentially these mechs would have moved in a group into an ambush position where they would have fired their rocket pods, a couple of blasts from the medium lasers, and immediately extricated themselves from the combat zone, because the mech really couldn't have put much of a fight up against other mechs at that point. And possibly light vehicles, but even then you're risking it with Locusts because they're so fragile. So yeah, in MechWarrior Online this is one I can understand why PGI would never add it. As I said though, you can build this using the 3S because it's got enough missile hardpoints in the arms, and I'm pretty sure that's where the rocket pods are located. So if you want, you can build this. And I've also made a video of the other variant that is available, which is another Periphery variant that probably be the video after this one, which is the 5V, I believe it is. Which does actually use some slightly upgraded tech, but not much. So, yeah. Outside of that, there's not really much to say. It's gameplay-wise, it's probably good for a laugh. Like, you take it for, you know, just a bit of a dick about, don't you, really? You don't really do much else with the thing. And you get your one shot, and then basically you're just trying to skim around the outside of the fight. You do essentially become useless to your team, unlike the 1VB, which I did a video of before, where that actually can do quite a lot of damage in the right position, especially in the middle of a brawl. This thing is at best a good way of being able to draw fire, get bigger mechs looking in the wrong direction, looking away from the rest of your team, trying to focus on you, because obviously a lot of players will assume that a light mech, especially a 20-tonner, is going to be equipped with, you know, more long-lasting weaponry, you know, a bit more ammunition, that kind of thing, or better ranged weaponry to try and hit you with. So they'll immediately try to focus you down, which means your other larger teammates can actually get some hits in. As you saw, I got my rocket 10 shot in, so I did do a fair amount of damage, but that was pretty much it. Now I'm just down to poking with a medium laser of all things. Yeah, and on Grim, the new map of I don't know about you guys, but I'm finding Grim now to be a map that seriously needs a rework. Like, not just moving objective things around or that kind of, I mean an actual serious rework, because the fights always seem to take place in this area, one area of the map, and when they do, it's always one-sided. I've never seen a close fight in this part of the map before. It really sucks. Prior to the change, obviously, of where the domination point was, it used to always be the hill opposite this one with the sort of rocks and the silo for cover. But yeah, now it's just everyone just fights around here, and it doesn't seem to make any sense why PGI can't seem to make a map that encourages more movement, or at least fighting in different locations. Every drop I've had on this map so far has been fighting in this same spot. And if I'm on the team that's on this side of it, it's usually a win, though not always, but more often than not they seem to have more of an advantage because it pulls the other team into that location. And if you're on the other side of it, I think more often than not you lose, because you have to sort of expose your mech to fire to get a look at what the enemy are or where they are. And yeah, it usually doesn't work out very well. I don't dislike the map personally, I'm just getting fed up with always being in the same spot. I know this is a problem with some other maps as well, because naturally there are locations on any map that just tend to be the best spot to go to, but with the sheer size of some of MWO's maps, there are huge areas that never see a fight. You'll never get a fight in the fringes of the map, on that big sort of donut around the outside of it. You hardly ever get a fight in the opposite side of the map here, in the canyon section, unless you're doing some kind of specific lobby battle, and you're forcing the other team to come to you. It's just, it almost feels like they may as well just save on the amount of memory and assets they're using for the maps and just make the maps smaller. So, hey, both teams are going to funnel into the same spot, let's just have them go there. You know, it just feels like that. Feels like it's going to go that way. I don't know. I'm just rambling at this point. There's not really much else to talk about with the mech. It is literally a one-pump jump build. I mean, if it didn't have the medium laser, it would be you fire and then you just run around until you die. Which, funnily enough, I just died from LRM fire. So, I can't remember if my team won this one or not. I'm actually going to stick around with this one just to see. I remember that this one did go a bit back and forth. I think my team wins. Can't remember now. I recorded it a few days back from when I'm doing this narration now. Don't do the narration on the same day as the recording. Usually I pick a day where where it's a bit quiet and I can get the recordings done. And then I usually pick the weekend to the narrations, and I get the videos uploaded so they can be live for Monday. And I know some people have been a bit probably been a bit fed up that I haven't been live streaming BattleTech or haven't been making as many MechWarrior videos as I was. The chassis series was the majority of that content, but that's why I'm coming back to it and adding mechs here and there when I can. Oh yeah, we did win. I'm pretty sure that's a win. Yay! Anyway, thanks for watching everybody. Hope you have a good week, and I'll see you next time. Bye!